guys said it so much. All right,
you are rolling.
All right. So the next letter in the acronym is H, and you know that stands for humble, humility. You know, you have to have humility in order to be able to push through this pandemic. It goes hand in hand. If you're not sharing your testimony and you're not rectifying what you're going through and allowing others to have at least a window into your perspective of what you're going through and how you're facing it, then, I mean, are you really humble? Because at the end of the day, if you don't have humility, you really kind of are just like this stoic human being just walking amongst others. Like, how can you not have humility without compassion, you know? So what do you guys feel about that? What did you do to humble you up during this pandemic?
Failed.
I was reading.
Failed. Yeah, that's a big one.
Failure is a part of success. So, just made a lot of mistakes, or I evaluated everything that I considered as mistakes or things I could have did better. So, I just humbled.
No doubt.
Had a slice of humble pie.
Yeah, that humble pie is not tasty. Sometimes it is very bitter, but you know, it is something that you have to face in order to be successful and be understanding and persevere, you know, to be able to actually share your testimony, to be able to help others get out of that hole that you once knew, you know? So that just goes hand in hand with all of the other letters. What do you guys feel about it? And what's up, Mr. Drip?
Mr. Drip.
Drip, drip.
What I read actually throughout the pandemic, you know.
Oh, I love reading. I've been reading since I could read.
Yeah. Actually, I read more books now, being an entrepreneur and self-employed, than I've ever read in middle school, high school, because I wasn't a reader, bro. I was smart. I read, but the books that I'm
like
reading
if you
now,
were forced to for a grade, right?
Don't let him lie to you.
Yo,
Kenny
son.
was an athlete. That boy used to have his little sweeties giving the homework.
Yeah.
Don't let him lie to you. Talking about I was smart. No, he said, hey, you got that math homework. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't dumb, bro. I had a 3.2.
He had.
Oh hell no! Oh hell to the
Kenny was real cool with the teachers. He was real cool with the female teachers. Kenny was doing.
Like, nah, you gonna lie.
Oh hell to the
That boy was after class every day. Talking about, hey, is there any way you can increase my grade? You know, I'm trying to graduate this year.
Fuck with me. It's a 59. Fuck with me.
Come on.
Give me a 6.
Hey, bump it up for me and I can bump you back. You know what I'm saying? Bump it up for me.
Give me a little 65.
Miss Parker.
Miss Parker. Yeah, like Kenny been the same dude, bro. Let me stop. Go ahead,
Bring you
bro.
an apple tomorrow.
But nah, man, I started reading. Well, I've been reading, but I've read more during the pandemic as well too, because you're home and you got nothing to do. So, for me to be, oh, you hear me now? Okay, I was kind of far away.
You were really far.
All right, so for me to be smart and educated or whatever, so you gotta feed the mind, you gotta feed them. Hey, my mind is broken. I can't do that.
That's right. I seen him do that. I was mad. I'm like, I gotta do all this.
We gonna have to switch the seats.
Hopping
man.
around.
Yo, he was about to get up. Hey,
You got the
My
extendo
man.
clip right there, boy.
He mad comfortable.
For real.
I'm out here having an ostrich neck.
For real,
I'm
George.
I'm
Your
over
ass should be
here.
over here.
I'm over here having back
My man
spasms.
said,
Hey, chill out. Hey, no.
stretching lights.
Move that back up here, bro. You better be like the rest
Big
of us.
extendo
You
clip,
better move that back up here.
Yeah.
Dang.
I thought y'all could do that.
Hey, next time we taping his mic down.
For real.
He ain't about to live this good life.
Hey, listen, I seen a lot of radio interviews. That's where I learned from. You feel me? I could have been laid back. I was trying to be humble with y'all.
Look at this nigga.
Oh, look at him.
This nigga.
Oh, wasn't that one of them? Perseverance, humility.
Yeah.
umbrella, and then sausage.
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 That's what you said,
Where
right?
did sausage from?
Understanding.
I'm hungry, bro.
Man, get that guy some sandwich.
Hungry, bro.
You need a Snickers.
You need some milk.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
yeah.
you broke that bit.
And that's what happens when you're not humble,
Yeah,
right
see?
there.
Exactly.
But see, I know how to
That
fix
was a
it.
perfect example.
Consequences.
You got it?
Pito stressing over there. You broke what? You broke my money.
Can't even move.
He can't move.
He broke what? What you broke?
That better not be what I think it is.
Which one of them niggas?
Can't move.
Nah, it didn't hit the floor. It's
What you broke?
Stop playing.
He's stressing over there.
He's like,
Real spill, you know.
We ain't doing no more podcasts.
When I'm done bedazzling,
We never invited back.
When I'm done getting this bedazzle,
I'm about to bedazzle. No.
Y'all black niggas all touching shit.
For real.
Y'all touching some stuff.
Hey,
no,
always
he
gotta
always
touch
says some shit like
For
that.
real, he always says
Black
some
niggas always gotta touch
hey,
something.
man, cuz, for real.
Now, but to cycle back to the point though, humility, you know,
That was humiliating.
I
Right
feel that was
That
humiliating.
was. He came 4K, baby.
You know.
Getting this bedazzle.
Me being younger, and I feel like all of us being in our 20s and almost, you know, shout out Jules.
Hey, chill out, bro.
Chapter-
We all almost in our 20s here.
Chapter 29 for my dog Jules.
Let's
Oh,
Chapter 29. He had a birthday that just passed. Shout out to Jules.
We
But
all in our 20s.
you know, all of us being young, and I feel like having, you know, I haven't, you know, being young, you know, it comes with a mindset of ego, and I feel like that's been one of my biggest challenges, not even during the pandemic, but just growing in general and making these successful moves that I have been making. You know, my ego has inflated, and it was very inflated at one point where I felt like, you
You're
know,
on top of the world.
I'm that shit. You know, I feel like nothing's wrong with feeling.
I'm that
I love him because he's so censored.
I'm that
I love how he's just like, when I think of you, I think of chivalry. You're just so respectful. Like, you're just respectful. You're just respectful.
Who's this guy?
This the drip drop.
No, let me stop.
Shout out any local plumbers. Shout out any local plumbers. Hit on my dog, Mr. Drip. He needs
a plumber.
He's got a leak at his house.
Toxic.
He had a mean leak for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
look at
think
his
them
post.
Herbalife smoothies working.
Them leaks. Them leaks.
He got to patch up his pipes.
I got some ISO tea to detox that gut, baby.
There we
What's up?
go. Flush that. But
Oh,
to get back on the topic, humility, I feel like that's something that I had to learn real time, but it was one of the most important lessons I feel like that I have learned. You know, and I want to just shout out a great man again. You know, shout out Glenn Roy. You know, I went from going into gyms and being the smallest, weakest, you know, whatever. You know, I was getting outran by, you know, older individuals in their 50s and 60s. I was getting embarrassed.
Some milk.
I was getting embarrassed to becoming almost a pseudo leader. You know, I
It did
was,
something to your character, huh?
and I developed
Build them up.
this ego where I was like, oh, ain't nobody can touch me. And I was talking in a way that, you know, I felt,
Like he was the shit.
I don't regret it because I learned a great lesson, you know, about how no matter how good you are, there is going to be someone that's better. You know, how matter great you are, there might be someone that's going to be better. And one thing that really humbled me, just like Kenny was about to say, you know, segue into a story about how I really had a taste of reality was, you know, Glenn Roy is now he's 31, but at the time I believe he was 30, or was he?
He was like 29.
He was 29. He was 29. I think I was 19. I was 18.
Yeah, he was probably like 16.
Very funny. I was younger. Yeah, I was younger than I am now, and I was feeling really confident in myself, and you know, I was feeling like I was coming into my own, and you know, it's time for me to challenge. It's time for me to challenge, you know, another alpha. You know, I was like, you know, it's time for me to take that spot. You know, let me humble this old man a little bit is what I was thinking. He's looking. I see the gray in his hair. And so I challenged him to a race. I challenged him to a race because I felt like, you know, I need my respect. You know, I want to be on top now. And I mean, it was like real time. I felt the ego shatter. because we started the race and we were on equal footing, and he gapped me. And what
I hate
really
when
hurt,
people do that. I hate when people do that.
what really hurt me was that he looked back and looked me in my eyes
Very interesting.
as he gapped me. And it was a big moment, I feel like, in my development of, you know, just to learn a lesson that, and I feel like he did it on purpose. He, you know, he was very quiet, you know, for the most part. He was very quiet, you know, during my trash talking tirade. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna do it, man. Look at him, he's scary, bro. He's running from me. He's like, all right, you know, we can do a race right now. I'm like, hey, what's up, you know? You know, he was very quiet.
He was unstoppable.
He was very smart.
Humble you? Did that race humble you?
It humbled me a lot, you know, back to the point of where he gapped me out. You know, he looked me in my eyes. I felt like I had, you know,
That you had. Hold on. I'm gonna.
you know, I felt like I had gained a new skill almost, you know, because right there and then, like I said, I learned that no matter how great you are at something, there always is going to be someone capable of the same level or better than you are. And remembering that kind of teaches you to temper that, and you improve, you know, because you see those people as a goal.
You duplicate. You see it, you gotta copy it. Like when you see someone who's successful, like they say, if you hang out with 3 millionaires, excuse me,
You'll
you
be the
become the
fourth.
4th millionaire.
You know?
Excuse me. So I think that's like all comes hand in hand when you want to be humble, because a lot of people want to be humble. They say they're humble, they shout it, I'm humble, sit down, be humble, whatever, you know, the whole Kendrick Lamar lyrics. Shout out to my dog, K-Dot.
K-Dot, that motherfucking guy.
But yeah, no, so like it all comes hand in hand, and I just want to be able to remind other young kings that it's okay. It's okay to go through those moments that are heart-wrenching. It's okay to go through those moments that you feel like nobody is there with you. It's okay to feel alone, because you're not. So that's why I brought this platform. I brought this platform here for young kings, like all 3 of you. I feel like all 3 of you are beautiful young men, and I feel like you guys' voice in this community makes a difference. So I wanted to bring you on here tonight to talk about your truth, your veracity, because that's what makes you you. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying.
So I want to like close it off with you guys saying your social media handles, and you know, close out with a little message for our followers.
Go ahead, Mr. Drip Drop.
My name is FitCharles_110 on Instagram, and Kenny Charles on Facebook. I just want to let you guys know that, you know, the sky is the limit. Honestly, like a mentor of mine told me, if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land on a star.
Land amongst the
Ooh,
stars.
I love that.
Land amongst or on the stars, whatever.
Amongst the stars.
Okay, something like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that stayed with me because my limit of grind, you know, it doesn't match to the sky. You feel me?
It's like even
There's
though you
something,
wanted
but
to
there's
touch
something
down,
beyond the
gotta
sky.
figure
You
it
feel
out.
me?
Okay, I
You
thought
feel me?
Beyond, for
Beyond the
I feel
sky.
that.
You
Yeah.
feel me? I want to land on Pluto. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Future.
You're silly.
You know what I'm saying? But all seriousness, man. Like if you got some type of, you know, some type of goal, you know, some type of, you know, thing that you really want to pursue in your career, don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a lot of, you know, tough times and disappointments, ups and downs, but you gotta understand it's a journey, and you know, just keep going. You know, your time will come. Just be patient.
All right, it's perfect. Patience is a virtue.
Oh, me? Yeah, you can follow me on TikTok at JULESXNO. Go ahead and give me like 80,000. 80,000.
likes me.
Oh, 80K is what your goal is right
80K
now?
followers. Right
Where you at now? Where you at now?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm at like 32,000.
32K?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap
Yeah,
with the
boy.
32K.
I'm at 42 minus 42.
So 0.
I'm like, I'm high, right? It's just a trick like that.
I'm not good with mathematics.
I'm not good with math.
Follow me on
42.
follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. It's the same. Twitter is the same, and then Clubhouse is the same as well. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So, good evening. Yes.
How to shout myself out
Oh,
too?
yeah. Oh,
You know,
you
say the
forgot
best
one,
for
yeah.
last.
He
Come on.
He was too busy.
Wrap it up.
Clifton
I
Talk.
forgot about my man. You know,
Did not.
Mr. Finn.
Mr. Flippy.
Okay.
You feel me?
Follow me at Finley317. So that's FINDLEY 317 on Snapchat, Instagram. You know, stay tuned for the YouTube. We coming there soon. You know, I close the message that, you know, I just want to end things out on. Let me speak to my guys. You know, my guys out there, guys, like they said, you know, don't be afraid to experience. Don't be afraid to, you know, feel and express. You know, humility. To end on that H word that we use, humility. Be humble enough. You know, humble yourselves enough to receive help. Humble yourself enough to seek treatment. Or, you know, if you're going through something mentally, to seek out support, you know, reach your hand out to people. You know, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't be who I am now if I wasn't able to humble myself enough to, you know, grab the hand that was extended to me. You know, and to my females, the same thing. You know, keep growing. You know, keep taking up space. Keep making your voices heard. Never let anybody, you know, suppress you. Never let anybody, you know, drag you down. You know, just a general message, guys. Stay up. You know, more to come. And back to them.
Do you? So, I just wanted to say good evening to everybody, and I hope that you learned something while listening. And I hope that you guys come back and join us on Yktv. It's your girl, the Stephanie Feliciano. Follow me on all platforms.
Hey, see me in the streets though.
Why are you recording me?
My dog Finn. That was a good closeout, Finn. Good closeout.
Man, that was crazy, guys.
I am so light skinned.